Well, good afternoon and welcome to Clarity TV. This is the second today in our sale shows, and I shall be shining a light on. I have a table full of lovely stuff to show you that's all in the half price member sale. So let's let our friends find us. Sorry, I'm a little bit late to the party, but here we are. And yeah, it's a half price members sale. In case you weren't aware, I'm looking forward to a good hour with you. And this is going to be really, really art heavy. I think that the samples are the answer here. When you see what you can make and what you can do and create with our stamps and our dies, then I think that's the clincher as far as I'm concerned. So let's lean into that beautiful artwork that our design team create for us every time we bring out something new. And welcome. So come on in. Didn't Paul do well? I know. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had time, so I was too busy in between shows. But I'm sure that I'll be able to catch up later. I think did he sell out? Let me know, because it'd be great if he did. What a good launch that'll be. He had a very busy hour. Well, Sue Carpenter, aren't I glad to hear that? Yeah, so let's hope that it's the first of many, hey? Right, now back to the sale. So half price sale, everything Clarity on our website is 50% reduced, but you have to be a club member. If you're not a club member, there's never been a better time than now. The sale rolls on until midnight Monday. So while you're going shopping on our website, looking for those 4 new plates that Paul is launching, because they're available with us as well as on TV, on Hobby Maker, then while you might want to pop a few other things in your basket. So let's have a look. The first thing is, what's the club about? And at the risk of repeating myself, and I'm going to, I want to tell you about the clubs, because Sue downstairs says it's one call after another signing up and resubscribing, which is interesting because so many people don't know about the clubs, which is quite interesting, really, because you think after all these years that, you just assume, don't you, that everybody knows. So clubs, we've got 3. We've got a groovy club, a stamp club, and a stencil club. Every month we send you a beautiful double project little booklet, which is just about to get even better. And it comes with a brand new groovy plate, stamp, or stencil, always brand new, designed specifically for the design club and exclusive to our members and nobody else. So if, for example, in January, you joined the Groovy Club, then you will receive a plate. This was this January's. 2 beautiful projects designed by Linda Williams and Jane Telford, who's in the room with you if you have any questions. You get a really beautiful photo, step by step. There you go. And you get 10% discount on anything you buy all year round. That's £7 a month. You get all that goodness, plus the discount, plus the bonuses, plus the half price sale, which happens twice a year. And it's not just a clearance sale, it's a blanket sale. So that means anything on our website that is Clarity, that says Clarity on it, will be in the half price sale. Okay. And if we sell out of anything that we can make, then we will continue to make it during the sale. We don't sell out it's not a sellout sale, okay? So that's worth bearing in mind. Therefore, we've got, if you're in one club, it's 10%. These are the beautiful cards that Linda and Jane created for January. So that's the Groovy Club. Then we've got the Stamp Club. So this was the January stamps with those fabulous little polar bears. You can see here Jane created that artwork. I did a really nice photo paper collage. So that was very popular. So if you're in the Stamp Club, again, you get 10%. If, for example, though, you were in both clubs or 2 clubs, any 2, then you get 12.5% discount. Now there's a third club, the Stencil. I guess it's my personal favourite. So again, you get the Stencil Club, you get the double projects, Jane and myself. Beautiful A5 stencil, brand new. I did a really cool gel press with a alcohol ink mop-up. And then Jane did a really excellent project with texture paste. So you get these little brochures, little booklets, educational booklets that you collect month on month. It's like collecting an encyclopedia of knowledge, really. And if you're in all three clubs, then it's £21, 7, 7 and 7, but you also get 15% discount on anything that you purchase. Now, I spoke to Sue earlier this morning, and she said, you know, that when people are ringing, because we're getting so many people rejoining and resubscribing, what she's doing is she's flicking the switch so you can immediately shop and take advantage and gain access of the half price sale. But it's going to be a week or two because of the big sale before she gets the envelopes out to you. So please be patient. The main thing is that you can gain access to this February sale. Good? Now, let's have a look. I just want to show you also February's offering so that you see the consistency and the beauty of what we're trying to achieve. Otherwise, you might think, well, that was a flash in the pan. That was January. Then what? Well, every month, usually the first week of the month, we try to send out all those thousands of envelopes. And if you're in one club or two club or three clubs, we consolidate and we send them all out to you at the same time. So maybe you've forgotten to resubscribe. Maybe you've been sitting on the fence thinking, I fancy that stencil one because she seems to use the jelly plate a lot. Or, I like the way she does that watercolor. You know, Jane and I, we collaborate. Linda and Jane collaborate, so you never get all the same techniques. This is February's, just to prove our consistency. So you can see here, beautiful plates, always designed by Linda. Oh, although I'm doing the March one. But you can see here, really lovely. What we try to do as well is you get like more challenging. So you get one project that's not basic, but it's certainly a very achievable. And then you get a second project that's a little bit more challenging. So that will be this month's Groovy Plate project. Then we've got the stamp project, rather lovely, with a beautiful stamp of a caravan, just lovely for birthdays, anniversaries, so many different things. Linda Williams illustrated this for us. You can see here Jane's done a really cool spring onto the next great adventure, and I did more of a mixed media tea baggy kind of thing, which is more my speed. Finally, we got the stencil club, so you can see here, really nice leafy stencil, very, very useful. And Jane went down the background route with a stamp over the top, and I went down the gel press route and did lots of different overlays, all kind of using the same colours, same passes, chopping up. All this information, how to do this stuff is, or create this art, what am I saying, do this stuff, how to create this art is in this brochure. So there you go, 1, 2, 3 project clubs. Any one of those will get you access to this half price sale. It's a year's subscription. It's £7 a year. You get all this project goodness and education, and you also, of course, get the discount, and that's all year round. So there you go. If you've been looking for a reason to join, I think I just gave you several. And whether you join the Groovy Club, the Stamp Club, or the Stencil Club, or any two of those, or all three, in which case you become one of our diamonds, it's entirely up to you. If you're waiting for Paul again on Hobby Maker, he'll be on at 5 o'clock this evening, stock permitting. Yeah, 5 p.m. this evening. Right, now let's see. Got loads and loads. So Paul, yes, he sold out starter kit, and 60% of the extended sold out too. Oh, wow. Okay. I need to get on the phone to him and have a conflab. Well, good. You know, we didn't know how it was going to go. And we got so burnt at Create and Craft in Oundle. We got so scorched last time that we're still reeling from that, to be perfectly fair. And so we're treading very carefully here. You know, we have to. And yeah, and we're focusing on the sale. So we've got to be realistic. We can't be piling all our stock into a TV show when we've got orders in boxes stacked up downstairs. So it's that balance, isn't it? And because it's a starting game, we thought it'd be a growing game. We're going easy on it, but clearly Groovy is popular on Hobby Maker. So I'm very happy to see that. Now let's have a look and calm. A little bit of a spin just before we started. So you're probably wondering why I'm talking so fast. Be all right. Is anybody actually listening to me? Because I really, I really am ready to take a day off. £7 a month. That's right, Jane. Right. Okay, let's look at some of this artwork. I've got piles of it, and we're just going to enjoy the artwork. Calm down, Barbara. First of all, we looked at them this morning. Let's take a little review. These are Leonie's scribble dies. Very, very nice. 2 different dies. You can see them here. They you can buy them together in a bundle, and the code, if you just write this down and just give yourself a little plan, is 30890. And you can see here 2 beautiful dies, or you can buy them separately. The square one is 30855, and the round one with the heart is 30854. So it's entirely up to you which one you fancy. You can see here when they cut out, you can imagine how much. I mean, the heart comes separately. You see it there, white on black as well. These bits are so snippable. That comes out in one piece here, and then that bit comes out there. So you've got loads. There's actually 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 pieces that come out, even though it's just one stamp. So if we just take a look at the heart one first, let's look at some of the artwork, because it will really give you an idea of what I'm talking about. See how you can chop it up. It looks so lovely. If you like this kind of doodle art, Zentangly, scribbly art, then these are absolutely glorious. Look at that. What a beautiful piece of artwork. See, it works really well in the background. You can see how appealing these are. And if you're into mixed media and you like that kind of grungy effect, then you'll really enjoy these dies. So that's the round one. You can see that artwork there. Really beautiful. Beautiful. And the number for that one is 30854. Now let's move on to the square one. Let's look at the square one. Now the square one is also really interesting. You can see here you've got 1, 2, 3 different frames, totally snippable. Let's look at it as white on black as well. On its own, 30855. These are really nice, big, bold statement pieces. And then, of course, you can take that small one and you can create a whole piece like that on. That's very nice, Dee Paramore. So she's just cut this out several times, layered it up on double-sided adhesive sheet, gilding flakes over the top, and what a beautiful piece of artwork you've got there. You see, here's another one that we're just using the middle one, the 2 like that. Here's a combination piece. So we've got the heart, we've got the round, and we've got the square. And here's another one. I'm a round peg in a square hole. Absolutely super. These are Leonie's stickers. They're also pretty quirky. I like this combination art. And you can see here, this is a fabulous mirror one. We've got the heart on there. Then we're using the square pieces, which of course you can chop up and extend arbitrarily. So that's really nice too, you know. So there you go. That's Leonie's square scribble stencils, and also round scribble stencils. Here's a really cute little picture. Oh, look. So we can see here what fabulous little frames they make. This is Dee. I know. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. So you can see that she's used the stencil in the background from the scribbles as well, because they're available in stencils too. And then she's used that in a mirror card as a frame. Isn't that lovely? So there you go. Those are the 2 from Leonie. And we can just check out the price if you want to write these down. They're available individually at £10 each, but they do make a good pair. For £20, you get both of them. And I think that is a steal. Okay, so let's have a look. We've done that one. And I really like those. I like the choppability of them, you know. I like that. And then the next thing I wanted to show you this morning, we were looking at those fantastic layout plates, you know, those abstract layout plates. and we went to the grunge ones, and I really wanted to show you. If you missed that, then I was on at 10 o'clock this morning, but you might be interested in the retro ones. So these are Jilly's favorites, and you can see here, these have got that real quirky, they've got this real quirky feel to them, like the 50s or the 60s. So you've got 3 of them, and they are available at £10 each, or altogether, if you want to do one-stop shop, if you're into your retro stuff, then you might fancy all 3 of them. I think what's most interesting is these pieces here. But I mean to say, just these spots, pieces of this as well. So we were saying this morning, you know, stamping platform, perfect. This is quite big. You probably want a 6x6 mega mount. Make sure you get the slim one, the 2mm. So it's got a little bit of give on it. Right, so these are great. Let's have a look at some artwork and you will be blown away. So there's a Sam Crow. Look at that. Hey, I know. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? That is all in one piece. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, you could just stare at it for a half an hour, just looking at where she got all the bits. You see, they're all there. Look, every single little piece is all here. Isn't that great? And it's interesting when you look at the line art and you see what's actually already available. And then you realize how much has been filled in. Yeah. And then you start looking for the elements. See my finger here? There it is there. There it is there. I know, it's just mind-boggling what you can get out of these pieces of artwork. There's another lovely one. I've got loads to show you, so I'm going to not whistle through because I think otherwise there's no point. But I want to show you there's another Sam Crow, all in one. You can see how she's using. Come out a little bit so that you can see the artwork. There you go. And then I'll move in and out as I feel the need to show you something specific. This is a Jane Telford. Love the way she's done the panels using little elements. And then Debbie McMullin. See, she uses it with our little poppets. So it's interesting that you could take a little poppet stamp like that and then use that inside that. It looks almost like a kind of a vanity case or an old television, doesn't it? I think when I see that, I see an old TV. So let's have a look. What else do I want to show you? I think I'm going to show you a selection so we can get more done. See, that's a nice one. I like that with the yellow. And you know, the other thing, the epiphany I had this morning, of course, it comes with the masks as well. So that's very good value. So you're paying £10, not just for the stamp set, but you're also getting a mask worth £3 included in that £10. So that's pretty cool. I think what's most interesting are these, for me, is, well, I can't say that because I would use these elements as well. Just superb. If you look at the way that these are built together, have a fab day. I love that. Yeah. So you can see how you can use this as a frame, but then look what Sam does. So she takes, for example, a book like that, and she's into her journaling. So she uses it to create this really funky notepad. Look, and she makes pages with gel press prints and just fun things inside, you know, and then little tags. Look, it's very clever. And then when you go to the tags, so you've got places to write stuff, places to doodle stuff. She's got some lines, some plain, got envelopes. And then in the envelopes, she puts little bits and notelets and notes and pieces and cards. I know, what a fantastic present this would be. There's another one, see? All the way through, it's got all these beautiful pieces like that. Yeah, you ought to have a look at Sam's fishy papers because they're absolutely magnificent for this. So that's the first one of the retro ones. Moving on, right? I'm just going to pile this artwork up and then I'll move to the next one. This is going to get tight here. Pop that one there. And I need to keep the artwork together. There's a lot of it. And you know you've got good designs when the design team are prolific. Yeah. So let's take a look at the next one. So now we're going to move on to the second one. So I'd like to show you this one now, this retro one. This is very lovely. Here we go. So we'll take a look at this one. This is 11311 if you fancy it on its own. And if you want to go with all three of these, then of course it's 12110. But let's just take a look at this one here. And you'll see this has been used exactly as it comes here with this with these bits that are already in the stamp, you see, they're already there. Then you've got these beautiful worker stamps down here, which are perfect for filling. See, so this has been infilled here. You can decoupage. So Jane, for example, here you can see she's cut pieces, and if you can look at it from the side, let's see if I can show you that on this camera, and then maybe you can see there how this has been. See how that's been layered up. So you stamp it up a couple of times, and then you've got different layers. So it's very lovely. I mean, this is real nice work. All with one colour, like so. See? Very good, isn't it? So that's that one. And then you can see, for example, we can bring in, this is stamp board. Very nice indeed. So that's a Julie Dunn special. Stamp board. This is a great one by Sam Crow. You know that Sam loves these. And if Sam does, then it's a real sort of, for me, that's a real endorsement of the mixed media style. Sam really likes anything to do with retro, same as me. Orla Keeley, however you want to say her name. Sam's house is full of that kind of 50s, 60s kitchens, melamine, you know, that kind of style. It's very, very, very on trend at the moment, isn't it? Okay, so that's that one. We've gone to, and then the third one of the retro ones is this one, which is also interesting. And what I was trying to say, or in my clumsy way, let me just grab this artwork and pop that there. And I'll take that one out of there, and I'll pop that on there like so. And then we'll look at the third one, and you can see here, this one, which is that one there. It's got a little bit of that Mary Quant kind of, you know, that 50s, 60s, Bieber, you know, that kind of style. Do you remember when we were kids? So this thing about this as well is you can leave it like that, but you can turn it, you see, so that you can put tall things in there. You put leaves and trees, and don't always assume that it has to be the way it comes on the stamp. See, that looks right. It definitely does. And there are some of my favourite stamps with the hats and the shoes and the boots and the handbags. So this works really, really well. That's a Julie Dunn. And then you can see here, this is clever. So it's been overprinted onto stamp board. That's great, isn't it? This is a Sheila Metzeler. Love that. See, so you just mask off the little areas, and then with the wee stamps, you can really, really enjoy that. Debbie McMullin, see, you just fill the areas, and it's entirely up to you how busy. See, Sheila, she's used pieces of paper, stamped pieces of paper, then stamped onto the pieces of paper. So you can build this, do what you like. I'd mortgage my house on the fact that this is a Sam Crow montage collection. There you go. And it's one of those that I was showing you in the morning that she stamps across. I like this. I think we ought to have, we ought to start doing this when we fold our cards, that we fold them 1/2 inch over. So we've got a little bit of that peeping through. Hey. So that's the third one in the retro set. Okay. There they are, really beautiful. Let me just take these and pop them under there. We'll take one more look at these, and then I want to show you the doodle set. So here we've got 1, 2, 110, and that gives you 10, 20, 30 pounds worth of beautiful stamps. You save 30 pounds, or you can go individually and say, right, I only want the one that looks like an old telly. I'm going to go for that one. Or I fancy the one with the Mary Quant flowers, and I'm just going to pay a tenner for that one. It's entirely up to you. Your call, your sale. The only thing you've got to do is be in the club, right? Now, let's have a look. So that's that one. Then the third set of 3, which I know is going to be the most popular. It's just always has been, and I know why. So this is a real lovely doodle, loads of little bits and pieces. These little tiny gnomes are in there. So let's see if we can just look at the artwork. Let's look at the art pieces. The one that's thinking of you, you can see there it's got the trees. So let's look at that first, and then we can take it from there. So that one's the one with the trees. Just bear with me a second while I just get my act together. Right, that's the one with the trees. Very, very useful little worker stamps. Fabulous. See, this is another thing with this one. Check this out. So you get that piece. But then what we've also done is we've given you these little bolt-ons. They're almost like a little, like you just add that to that, and you can add that. But you can add these to any of them, you see. So once you've got these little hooky things, you can add them to any side. So you're building extensions. You can extend. It's really cool, you know, or you could just use that bit, cut that out, add an extension there. You could make a box with this. You know, these little extensions are fabulous. So this particular set on its own is 11313. If you wanted to get all of these, so you've got the Christmas one, you've got the tree lovey-dovey, that one, enjoying peaceful moments, and then you've got the happy birthday just for you one with the cake and that. If you want all 3 of those, £30 or £10 each. I'm just shining a light, friends. So that's the thinking of you one. Let's have a look at some artwork. Let's take a look at some artwork. See what I mean? So you see how you've got those bits. This has been decoupaged. This is an Elaine Milner, and it's literally cut up. It's so cool, so cool. Let me show you. See how you could cut it up? So if I look, that's cut, that bit there's dropped back in. This is cut. This piece here. See, so you've got the backdrop. Then you've got that piece is one piece, and then you've put that one on the top of that one. So when you look, it's layered like that. I tell you what, it is so classy. It is so classy. And it's a keeper. It's one of those cards where you don't throw it away. So you decoupage it or you go flat as a tack. See, now that one's really beautiful. Clever use, Paramore of masking tape. Just isolate the area you want, change the colour. Absolutely perfect to do. And if you look closely, you can see how that's done. You know, I'm loving looking at this artwork, and I hope that you are too. So here's another one, enjoying peaceful moments. Debbie McMullin, lovely light. See, you pick the colour, you pick the flavour, don't you? That's a nice one. Julie Dunn. See, so she's done an overlay, 2 behind each other. So you've got so many layers going on there. It looks like there's one on top of another on another, and you've got opportunities for wonderful layering. There you go again. The only thing that's the only thing is that die in the middle. Other than that, it's all on one layer. Isn't that great? So then we've got another one. So you can put whatever you want in these. You can use whatever you want. See, Sheila, she's layered it up, and she's gone all little buttons. And once you've got the layout plate, once you've got this, it's entirely up to you. You could turn it that way, put the message in there. You could turn it that way, put the message in there. You could chop it off there. You know, don't be put off by the fact that the thinking of you is a separate stamp anyway. Okay. Enjoy peaceful moments. That will sit nicely in the middle. What I like about this one is the extensions. So we've got those ones. They're lovely, right? And then the second one, let's have a look. So that's, I'm going to pop that in there. That's the first. I think that's the first of the doodly ones that I've done. Let's take a look at what's next. So we've looked at the thinking of you with the trees. Now let's take this set here. So I'm going for this one, which is the happy birthday, and it's got Happy birthday just for you with love. It's got the little balloon and the cupcakes and the candles and the hearts. So it's a really nice. And what I like about this one particularly, and you'll see it as soon as you start seeing the artwork, is this photo. See the photo thing there? So nice, so nice. And it's there, it's in that stamp. So you could isolate that, you see. And because you've got the mask as well, you've got another layer there, look. It's so clever. Hours of creative play here. So what we're going to do is look at some of the artwork. Yay. Let's look at some of that artwork, shall we? Good. And I'm going to pan out a little bit and then we'll take a better look. So let's just keep our eye on what's being used here. So here's that really nice, that area there. But watch this. I'm going to take this one and you'll see now, look at that. So it's much bigger, but it looks like we've used this as well. So what we're doing here is, on this one, we've got a second stamp. See that there? That's the main stamp. And then you've got another stamp here. So you could use that on its own, like in a bookmark. You could put that there, turn it round. So you've got two butted up together, right? Or do as Jane's done. And so now we've got an extension. I mean, do you see, isn't that just beautiful? And just as Dee did before, you just take some masking tape and round you go. And if you've got a little bit of a curve on there and you're thinking, well, how do I do that? Well, for a start, if you wanted, you've got the masking tape. You could cut the mask out. Or if you're using low-tack tape, I'll just show you. So I've got a low-tack tape here. If you want to colour this in, let's say, and you've got a bit of a curve on there like that, let's come in a bit closer so you can see it. You take the masking tape, and then as you come round like this, right, as you get to the curve, you just take your finger, put your finger there, and just wrap it like that. See? So the masking tape's got a little bit of a buckle in it. That doesn't matter. You've protected the edge. So you go round like so, and that's how you get round any curves that aren't straight lines. You just take the masking tape and then get round you go. And if it's going that way, then maybe you need to make a little tear in it or snip it with a pair of scissors, you know, like needlework, and then give that a little bit of an angle so that you can go in the opposite direction. You understand me? So that's how that works. Masking tape also in the sale, of course. Right. So that's that one. This is all about this one. That's a good one. And I know that's a Sam Crow. There she is again. Lovely. And we're using gel medium or perhaps a glossy accents. You can see just a little bit here and there, just a little bit of a flash, like spot glazing, you know. It's very nice though, isn't it? And you can see what we're doing here. This is lovely. What is this then? Let me just check something. Tina Morris, look. So we've got a really big cupcake. I imagine that is, where's the cupcake? Happy birthday. Well, I don't know. But the cupcake, is that a club stamp? I don't know. But either way, this is cool as well. See how this one is a Sam Crow, how she's gone over, she's masked off. That's easy. So you can use white acrylic paint to mask off, or you can use Frisket, liquid Frisket, to mask off this area. Yeah. That's really clever, Sam. Very nice indeed. And then, of course, you can go right to the other end of the spectrum and go really neat and tidy like that, which looks so nice. Look. I love this one by Tina Morris. So she's using that square. And then she's used that bit that I like so much, that photo piece there. And she's used that in there. She's actually cut that off. That's stuck on. See, so's that. So she superimposed those two bits just for something different. Now this is an interesting one. Julie Dunn, she used that extra piece there, that piece, and she's used that. Look, see, because it's got the little boxes, it's screaming out to be filled in, isn't it? Just looking through some artwork here to show you some different ones. Very nice. Look, see how you can change it. Keep your eye on that. That's it. See, that's what I was talking about. So that's a good one. That's a great example of just using that extra stamp there. And this is all for £10, Debbie McMullin. £10 plus you get the mask as well. I mean, that's pretty spectacular. That's a Tina Morris one, just using the little hearts. Isn't that great? I know. This is a cool one. Jane Telford. Oh, I see what she's done. So she's used that little bit there. Look, she's just used that bit there and this bit, that bit there. Look, and she's made tags with it. What a lovely addition this would be there. And that's turned round. Cupcakes in the photos. I bet you could put little photos in there as well. So that's the second one in the doodles, which I think are rather fantastic too. So have I still got friends with me? I know. It's all right. The sale goes on until Monday midnight. So even if you're not in the club yet, you can still join. You can join online, or you can ring 01732 868 215, and Jazz or Pete will answer the phones this afternoon, get you joined up, flick that switch, and then in you go, and it's all half price. If you've already gone into the sale because you are a club member, well, perhaps maybe I've stimulated your creative juices or got them flowing again, and maybe you want to go in for another little nibble. Who knows? Third up on the, let's have a look at this. Third on this set now, we're looking at the Christmas one, this one here. Love this, okay, £10 set. So you've got these ones. All this is already included in that big abstract layout, which again, ignore the direction. You could go that way, put the message that way. You can go that way. They could put, you see what I mean? You got 4 options on which direction you want to take this. I particularly like the words on this one. So let's take a look at where this is. So it's 11312 if you just fancy the Christmas one. It's a big stamp set. Lovely. Look at these little gnomes. And if you're aware of our quality, the quality of our stamps, you'll be absolutely blown away by these. So there's the mask. There are some extra masks. You can always buy a pack of blank mask. This is easy to cut out. You just stamp that onto a bit of copy paper, put the blank mask over the top if you want to cut out little sections, and then just chop away. You only need a pair of scissors. There's all straight lines. Okay. Now, last but not least, let's just have a look at some of this artwork and see what we've got. Oh, look at that. Jane Telford, you are good, aren't you? Let's have a look. There, look at that. There are the 3 little fellas. Oh, look. Yeah, I was right. The cupcake is a club stamp. So that's interesting. I wonder if we've still got them in the cupboard. Now, because I know that you've got loads of back issues. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at these. These little guys. So you've got so many options. See, you put little landscapes in there. You can use what you've got, and you can use anything else as well. Look at that little triangle there. I know. I think these are lovely. That's nice. So that's on watercolour paper. Look. Dee Paramore. She's good, isn't she? Well, if you haven't met Dee, then perhaps you're going to come to our open days at the end of May, beginning of June. Yay! Right. So that's those ones I like. Then I thought I'd break it up a little bit. So it's been very, very kind of mixed media, hasn't it? Those abstract layout plates are perfect if you like arty, grungy, journaling, like me, jelly plate stuff. You know, if you like that kind of artwork, or even clean and tidy, they're brilliant. And the stamp pens are great for those little worker stamps. So just to recap what we looked at today, we looked at the, I haven't got it in front of me now, but we had the grunge trio. Then we've had the retro trio, 12110. You'll find the grunge trio online. And then, of course, we've got the 12109 for the, so this is 12110 for the retro trio, and then 12109 for the doodle trio. And the stamp pens will be absolutely perfect for those little gnomes. I know, they need a gnome. They need a home. Right, now, let's break away because I've got some really fantastic block print stamps to show you. But before we do that, I'm going to show you some really lovely things that we doodled them in the shack. And I was having a little wander around the building and I thought, I saw these hanging on the hook. And I thought, cool, we haven't seen them for a while. These are beautiful. These would be amazing. You know those masks that we did at the end of last year? We'd already left Create and Craft at this point. We did those landscape masks with the trees, do you know? And big news, we've done 2 more for next Friday. Really nice. Jazz and I have been working on it together. I drew them. She's got them in. We've been collaborating. So I'm going to get, maybe next Friday, a week today, I don't think we're going to have time to send anything out to the design team. So we're just going to have to get jiggy. But I would like to show you those next Friday. I reckon we've got enough time for me to do at least a few samples. But anyway, what I was thinking was that these stamps would be beautiful with those backgrounds, those landscapes, you know, or even those paper collage, you know, I did the online courses. So we did these 3. I don't know if you remember, we did a triptych in the shack. Now, again, £10 each instead of £20 each. So where this trio or this triptych would cost £60 usually, which is a bit strong, right? Now it costs £30. So let's take a look at the 3 pieces of artwork and I'll show you what we drew. We did this in the shack. It was a triptych. So there was that piece. I'll show you the artboards. So I think it'd be good to see the artboards. And then I'll go to the artwork to show you. So let's just look at these 3, right? So we've got the toadstools and the fox and the badger and the rabbit and the honeysuckle, and then branches to make a border. This is for those of you who really like, and we've got the birds on a wire, rolling ribbon, lovely trees. We did all this in the shack, didn't we? This is a real tribute to the shack. So these are available individually, 11025 for the toadstool art, or 11027, and of course, les masques, right? So you get your masks as well, which is well handy, as they say, right? There you go, look, you get your masks. What a result. So that makes a difference to when you're working. And then you've got the butterflies and the wishing well and the dragonflies and these lovely branches and the blackberries, and that one is 11026. So in its entirety, when you look at these 3 together, you can build. You see, you've got these walls here, and then you've got the bowers to build over the top, like almost like a tree tunnel, you know. And then you've got the leaves to build. So it's a real compositional, top quality art stamps, right? And you can buy them individually for £10 each if you prefer just the toadstools, for example, or you can get all 3 of them, 11028, and then you can get all 3 of them for £30. Now, let's take a look. There's the toadstools. Let's take a look at some artwork so you can see what we're looking at here. Julie Dunn, beautiful piece of artwork. This is lovely. Sarah Brennan. She's used our woody backdrop. Look, isn't that nice? So we've got some really good stuff going on. This is great for backgrounds, you see. See on the designer parchment, doesn't that look super? That's interesting too. So Julie Dunn in the shapes, she used the fox and the hare inside. Really lovely, lovely, lovely things. That's nice. Jane Telford. See, pattern building, landscaping. Deb McMullin. They're good. Very good indeed. So you can see how this works, can't you? See, that looks like Jack and the Beanstalk with the fairies. Look, that's nice. I like that one as well. Oh, Sam. I like that as well. See, so you got those two, but because you got the masks, you can bunch them all up, see? Even though they're separate, put that one down first, mask it off, stamp the next one behind it. All in a bunch. Oh, that's a nice one. Jane Telford again. Stencil work. And then she's used those toadstools. Don't they look fantastic? Lovely toadstools. See, these are lovely pieces of artwork. Cool, look at that one. Sheila Metzler. Decoupage. Wow. Doesn't that look fantastic? Let's take a look on the other camera. Let's take a look on the other camera so you can see the depth on that. Isn't that superb? See the decoupage, look. So it's all layered up. So it looks really dimensional. Very nice indeed, Sheila. There you go. So that's the first one I want to show you with the toadstools. The next one I want to show you, this is great, is the one with the butterflies. There you go. This is a really interesting one as well. So let's go to the butterflies one. 11026. So I've just grabbed the artwork for you, and then we can take a look at the butterflies. These are lovely. I've got a real, I love this. So this, I mean, I should say I drew it, but yeah. But look, if you take just that, and then you top and tail it, so you put it there, and then you turn it round and you do the same there, you got yourself the most beautiful frame for verses. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a cool one. Julie Dunn. She's used the dragonflies to make a circle. Doesn't that look fantastic? Now, where's she taken them? There they are, look. The two dragonflies, little and large. It's all perspective. Nice. And then we've got, there we go. Again, the blackberry. Oh, everybody had the same idea. We all got that memo, didn't we? Look. Absolutely gorgeous. So you can see why these are really popular to use. So there you go. That's that one. And then the third one I'm going to show you is this one. So let me just pop this to one side. That's those ones. Pop them underneath. That was the next set. And then, last but not least, it's the trees and the birds on a wire. Now, anybody that was in the shack with me during lockdown will remember the birds on a wire. The day we locked down on the 23rd of March 2020, all we could do was draw these birds. Do you remember? Do you know, it was interesting. So we were talking the other day when I was talking to Janice. I didn't know when her birthday was. And she said, it was my birthday every time we went into lockdown. And because it's Grace's birthday, my daughter's as well, on the 23rd, I said, was your birthday on the 23rd of March then? She said, well, you got a good memory for when it was lockdown. I said, no, it's only because it was Grace's birthday and she was sitting in the eye of the storm in Brooklyn, of all places. It was like the epicenter at that time. Do you remember? When it was going berserk over there. And yeah, it was quite fascinating that the 23rd of March became like an anniversary for lockdown. So this is a fantastic piece of artwork. Sheila Metzler. Check this out. Wow. So now we're using this tree and the twirls and the swirls and the flourishes. Look, there's so much in here that's lovely for building, you know. And if you did treat yourself to these ones, this really helps. This one helps to connect. You know, it's got so many connector stamps in there. Yeah, it's been 5 years since lockdown. There we are. But I'll tell you what, I've got good news. Right, do you want to hear some really good news? So Gracie, I don't know if you know this, but Grace, she is Beyonce's biggest fan. She was besotted with Beyonce when Beyonce was with Destiny's Child. We went to see Destiny's Child in London. We went to see Beyonce when Grace was at university in Manchester. Grace is a Beyonce nut. You know, she even looks like her. And I spoke to Grace about that. It's not that she's, you know, that she's a groupie or anything, but she said that because Grace is mixed race and she had big hair and there was a lot of bullying going on when she was a young kid, a lot of racism in the school, bit of bigotry. And so when Grace saw Beyonce and she saw herself, yeah, And Beyonce was very, very girl power, wasn't she? A little bit like the Spice Girls, except that she was Grace. In the skin color's the same, the hair's the same, the eyes, the lips, it's all the same. And so Grace, she just saw this girl who was saying, you know, don't be put down, stand up, be counted, you know. And she just attached herself to this beautiful mixed race girl, or she's mixed race, she's black, she's very, very light skinned like Grace, right? And there she is. Grace is 34, 35 this year. She was born in 1990, right? So she's 35 this year. And yesterday I got a text from her. She's in India at the moment. Talk about live the dream. She says to me, do you want to go and... So she texts me, like, this is supposed to be on safari in India. She says, Mum, do you want to go and see Beyonce? I said, yeah, where? She said, we can either go to London, Tottenham Hotspurs, or Paris. I said, Paris, please. So we got tickets. Get this. She's somewhere in the middle of nowhere in a jungle in India, supposed to be on safari. And she's getting tickets for Beyonce in Paris with her mum in June. I know. We are going. I said, do I want to go up to London and get a £10 return, cheap day return, or do I want to get the Eurostar to Paris and stay there for a few days? Well, what do you think? And the tickets were more expensive in London. So we're going to Paris. And between you and me, I tried to get tickets the day before, and I didn't have a cat in it, not a hope in hell. I couldn't even get through the front door. But of course, Grace, she just, the obsessive Grace, she knew exactly how to get hold of these tickets. She's straight in the door. You know, like, what's it called, where you get priority? Yeah, she's got priority. She's been queuing up since January for these tickets. So we got the best seats for a really good price in Paris on the Saturday. I know. Anyway, that's funny, isn't it? It is so typical Grace, Jane. It's so typical. And you know what's really lovely? She wants to go with her mum. Isn't that great? Yeah, she wants to go with her old mum. At first, she wanted to go in the mosh pit. So for those of you who don't go to concerts, the mosh pit is the bit at the front. You don't sit down. I said to Grace, to be honest, for that money, I'd rather get a seat. Even if I wasn't in this, you know, right up the front, hanging onto the railings. I said, I'm a bit old for that. She went, that's all right, Mum. I bought I thought you might say that. So I've bought seats in the first load of seats. I said, thanks. I'd rather sit down, to be fair. At the good old age of 66, if you don't mind, I'd like a seat. And I don't want to be sat in the mosh pit with everybody stood around me. Not for that. Oh, you know, no, you're all right. Get one near the aisle and then we can have a little dance on the steps. That's what we usually do. Anyway, so that's that. Next up, let's just whistle through this. These are some of the best stamps. And then I'll love you and leave you, right? Because you've got to get ready for Paul at 5. But these are block print stamps. I'm just going to show you a little smattering of them. I think they're very beautiful. So you can see here, we've got the Celebrate ones, 11414. These are all a tenner. So you can see these are big, big, beautiful stamps. Celebrate. You must see this so often, these ones, right? Big set of stamps. Now, let's take a look at some of the artwork. I'm just going to go for it here. This is 11411. Look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Andy Duggan. There we go. Look at that one. Jane Telford. Beautiful. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I remember she told me how she did that last time, and I can't remember. Clear embossing powder. Jane, I think you're going to have to do a workshop on that one. That's gorgeous. Look, that's just using those stamps in 2 different colours. I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at that. These are so lovely. Sarah Brennan. Lane Milner. Gold embossed. Love it, Jane Telford. Look, gold embossed. Just in blue. I like it like that. I like it like that. Andy Duggan, just overlaid. Looks so good. Look. What about our little cutouts? Look, partial art. Doesn't that look smashing? Debbie McMullin. So there you go. That's the first one. A5, £10, 11411. Absolutely beautiful. Right, next one. This is a good one. They go together really. So we've had the Celebrate one. Right, now we go for the Happy Birthday one. See, so if you look at the Celebrate, see, Celebrate, innie, outie, innie, outie. Very interchangeable. Innie, outie. Do you get it? Positives and negatives. These are two-way overlay stamps. That sits on that. That sits on that. They work together. They work on top of one another, and they work independently. That is that overlay. That is that overlay. That is that overlay. They're all overlays. Absolutely brilliant stamps. Okay. I get excited about these because I just think there's so many stamps on our website. You don't see these ones, but they're blimmin' excellent. Absolutely brilliant. Look, these little stamps there, right? There you go. Overlays, you see? Overlays. Look at that. So that's involved. That stamps that into that. That's in there. That's a stamp. That one in that one. Look. And you get drop shadows when you miss it a little bit, which looks so sexy. Julie Dunn. Here we go. Dad. Beautiful. Two-way overlay, Sam Crow. Jane Telford. Oh, Sam, look at that. Oh, see, Sam and I have this in common. These are our favourite. Apart from Annie's stamps, these ones here are the best. Aren't they, Sam? And don't they tee up beautifully with those? I know. Absolutely glorious. Look at this. Just one after another. One masterpiece after another. Andy Duggan. Just beautiful. See? Just mixed media at its absolute best, isn't it? Come out a little bit so you can see it better. I just love these. My door is always open to you. There's so much play, creative play, you know, for a tenner. Just for a tenner. So there you go. That's those. So we've had Celebrate, and then we've had Happy Birthday, and then we've got one other little set. So this little set is a £5. Look, this little set here. Two-way overlays again. That goes in that, that goes in that, that goes in that, right? That's the little set. £5 if you want to dip your toe in the water on these ones. I just love these. Look, I haven't even got a lot of artwork for this. Well, we have. I just couldn't find it. Check it out. Just lovely. Okay. Look. Loads of it. So that's that. There's another one there. Boom. Right. So we've shown you those. We've shown you that. That's a sort of a little set, you know. And then, so we've done that one, Happy Birthday and so on. And then I've done that one as well. And then I just want to show you, right, okay. These ones come with embedders. So if you take a look at this, with love, it's all the same style. It's all the block print, okay. So let's just take a look at those. And you can see here, these are bijou. We've got two of these. We've got the one with the circles. See, again, two-way overlay. That sits in that. That sits in that. They're positive and negative. You can see it on there. And it comes with the embedders. So you can embed these really nicely. And then last but not least, I've got one more set I want to show you. This set. And that one, see, that comes, there's a square one. So you've got the Best Wishes one here. And that's got an embedder in it. Oh, and then we've got, yeah, so there's the embedder. There's the artwork. Okay, 11551. That's the square ones. And then we've got 11552 is the circles and the triangles. Okay, and here's the artwork. So there's the square. Look at this. See, that's the two-way overlay. And it's so pristine. Look, that's the two-way overlay. That's just one of the stamps and then embossed on coloured. There's different colours there like that. Sheila Metzler. These are so beautiful. Look, there's a perfect example from Sheila of the two-way overlay. So the red is one of the stamps. There we are. Let's have a look. So you see that one there. The red is that one, and the grey is that one. And when you put them together, that's what you get. So you've got the red and the grey and the red, and they equal that. Isn't that beautiful? I know. I'm impressed. So that's the square art, okay? So I'll just mop up this little mess. That's the square one, which is really lovely. Big stamp set for a tenner, you know. If you want to get into the mixed media stuff, then this is really a great starting place. So that's that one there. Let's just pan out a little bit so we don't get too confused. That's that one. And then the last one is this one. So let's just take a look at that artwork, and then I am off the hook. And we can go and focus on Paul up at Hobby Maker doing his groovy thing with those new plates that are also available with us now too. Now let's see, we've got with love, with love, with love, with love. Let me take that out of the way. And you'll see this is the stamp here. There it is. See? And doesn't that look fantastic? And then this one, that there, all that is that one. Just that one stamp, stamped again and again and again. Isn't that clever? Yeah, I know. I know. That's lovely. That's an easy layout plate. Where's that? I can't even see where that belongs in here. Oh, yeah, look, that heart. There it is. There's that heart. Oh, Sam Crow. Amazing. Okay. I love that. Sonia Goodliff. See, so white embossed. So she's used the triangle and the heart together. Yeah. Like I say, hours of play. See, very grungy. Very grungy. There's another one. Isn't that beautiful? So there you go, you see. If you want to get into mixed media, then this has been a real fantastic opportunity, really, to take a good look at some lovely grungy art. And the other thing is, of course, you can look at these on catch up now because it's recorded. So if you want to see that art again, or that art, or that art, and you can stop it. You see, you can go back to where we keep the catch ups, and you can just take a look. And every one of these snapshots, you just pause it, and it will give you an inspirational idea. See, it's like one project after another, after another. You can stop it, go in close, check it out, okay? But this is the week where you get to buy them for half price when you're in the clubs. So I won't keep you any longer because I think you're going to make that phone call, get that sorted. It's never been more important than now for yourselves or for us to join the clubs. And it goes on till Monday. I'm off the hook for the weekend. I've got to sort out some pottery. I need to get back into that pottery studio. It's just so cold at the moment. And other than that, yeah, thank you so much. And don't forget to hop on over to Hobby Maker at 5 o'clock and see what Paul's up to, because he's going to showcase those new plates. I'm going to give him a ring now and see what we're going to do about stock levels. It'll be good. All happy, all good. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching. And Jane, thanks so much for your help, love. What would we do without Jane Telford? Go easy. Have a good weekend. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.